So, we're wrapping up last night's quest. I didn't turn it in. Alright. You've got the commander's permission to enter then. So, yes, we did. So, we left off with people being, like, really pissed that we have Ferdola locked up.
So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you?
Every time I hear somebody say, well, I can't not think of Greek God and XQC when they played Rust. Well. Alright, so many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you?
Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
I hope that we don't end her life, because I think if we ended her life, that would make me just as upset as Xenos ending his own life. I think it's better to torture someone by making them live and, like, doing things, but giving them death, like, there's no torture to that. Like, they just dead.
That's not why we're here, no.
Oh. I forget sometimes I have to click.
Remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom. Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
Okay, hold on. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom. Okay.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless. There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it. I killed your men. I killed my men. And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
There's no remorse.
That's a lie, and you know it. You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want. You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away.
Makes a
I
good
see
point.
you, Ferdola. I see you for what you are.
Ooh, it's been a while since we had one of these. I like Arnval too. He's a smart cookie.
Come along, Ferdola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
Is it gonna be a bloody banquet?
Right.
I almost said blanket. Bloody blanket.
Father, what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
Oh, she's so, like, innocent and hopeful in this. Like, that's about to change.
There you go again with all your questions.
Okay, but, like, I like the dude's haircut. That's pretty cool.
Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
Yeah, very great and honorable. Uh-huh. Yep, definitely looks after Alamigo. Mm-hmm.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Okay, the hell is up with that dude's hair? It's like mustache. That was weird.
Father, what did that man call us?
Tin-head lovers. Oh, I think I get why.
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
Jesus! They're like, why would you say that to a child?
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
The funny thing is like, even if you're a bad person, you yourself think that you're doing something right. So in your eyes, you're good people. And everyone technically could be like, yeah, I'm good people. And someone who doesn't agree with you would think that you're bad. So I feel like this is kind of the case going on here. Like, she thinks her parents are good, and, you know, her parents probably think they're doing, like, what's best for them and stuff. And then you got this dude over here who doesn't agree. Thinks they're bad.
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
She doesn't know anything. How is she guilty? Like, can you blame a child for wanting to follow her parents and thinking, like, good of her parents? Wow! At the kid?
Traitors!
She's gotta be so confused.
Please, you have to do something. My husband and daughter are in danger.
Let's see. Okay. I think there are people that know they are bad. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, other people will think that they're bad, but her parents think that they're doing something good. You know? Like, anyone could have the mind, like, you know, like, you have, like, a whole enemy team, right? Like, the Imperials. Everyone thinks the Imperials are bad, but the Imperials themselves think they're probably doing something right, and they're actually not the bad people. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of army.
Okay. I have to make an outside comment, because hearing all this yelling makes me think of a CinemaCon experience. And I know this is really off topic, but it's really exciting too. Your girl's in a movie. Kind of. So The Rock Johnson comes out on stage, and he's telling us how he's currently filming Black Adam, and so he's like, in one of these scenes that we're doing, we need a bunch of people just yelling like warriors, just like really riled up. And so he's like, who better to get than you guys? And so my voice amongst like 1,000 others, we're all gonna be in Black Adam. So there's that. I guess, you know, guys, I get to start an IMDb page now. I'm like screamer number 900 out of so many. Anyways, okay, so everyone chanting here made me think of that. Hey Catlord, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for claiming your daily cupcake. Her parents chose to join the Garlands, if not for anything else but their own personal gain. I feel like a lot of people in this game do things for their own personal gain. Honestly, I think that's all this game is. It's just doing stuff for your own personal gain. Okay, so soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene the disputes of on, however they said that.
We're citizens. We have rights.
I don't think they should take it out on Ferdola, though. Unless she knows, but she seemed a bit confused.
It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive.
I don't think they'll ever see it.
Traitors!
Oh no. Ooh. Ooh. God, I felt that. No! God, that's so terrifying! Can you imagine being child Ferdola and like someone just chunks like a boulder at your dad's head? I felt the pain. I felt that.
Once they've tired themselves out.
Dang, and then there's gonna be bystanders. They're not even gonna help. Which is kind of shitty because they're over here like, yeah, like we wanna bow down to these people, you know, and then they're not even gonna help them. So, did that kill her dad? Or just knock him out?
Please, you already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier?
Well, I mean, after that, I'd have a lot of anger too.
Oh, gods, what have you done to your face?
Every parent ever, when their child gets a tattoo or a piercing or something.
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
Okay, so that killed him. That's traumatizing.
Telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us?
What's interesting is, like, all of these ruthless leaders have really shitty upbringings of some sort, or like something super traumatic. So like, we saw with like Yosetsu, her mom like really abused her, and she just didn't have like any help or guidance at all. Like, she was just kind of like scum to her family. And then now we see Ferdola, where like her parents loved her very much, but the town bullied her and her family, so now she's got a lot of anger too. And it's just interesting to see like completely different backstories of the like two women who are extremely ruthless, but they both have like really crappy upbringings of some sort, or something very traumatic happening to them. So I find that interesting.
Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones.
Okay, so Ferdola did like this little action, and the only other person I've seen do that is us. I don't know if that means anything. But yeah. Yeah, they are trying to bully her again. They just don't like her. They out for blood. And I haven't turned into a badass supervillain. What a ripoff. Hey, you know what? Your villain arc could still come. Life ain't over yet. Just don't go out chunking rocks at people. Okay.
Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time. It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
I think she'll do whatever it takes to be free. Because we already know she kills her own people, so she don't give a fuck about them. Well, for right now she does, but we later, well, not later, we learn, or we have this outside knowledge that she gives a fuck about these people. Why is her mom crying? They made her this way. Well, kind of. I mean, the town made her, like, ruthless, but her parents gave her this mindset, so... That was interesting. I love these backstories they give us.
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes. Wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
I really like Arnvald's accent. I want to talk like him. Let's see. Just need a face tattoo. Yes. Yes. Whenever you get the face tattoo, that's when villain story arc begins. It's all within the tattoo.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past?
Yep.
And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they? Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led! The bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay!
The thing is like, even if she gets these people to, like, if she makes them pay, I don't think she's still gonna be happy at the very end of it all. Now this is very interesting. Thank God we see Xenos again. Ooh. That was interesting. I mean... I totally forgot that they messed with her head. Like, they experimented on her.
You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone.
Why do you think we go like, oh God, like every time we have like a flashback? Like it just looks painful for us. It doesn't look like a good time, but it gives us good insight. Yeah, that's right. She does have the echo, but she didn't get it naturally. I remember now, Xenos was, like, messing with her. Wait a second. What if we weren't given the echo naturally? What if somebody was experimenting on us? Is the echo given naturally to people? Like, are you just, like, born with it, like Maybelline? Or does somebody, like, experiment on you? Is this tying into, like, the whole Omega stuff? Like, with us being test subjects kind of thing? Oh. Is this where I'm not supposed to say the word empath? Does the echo make our character be an empath? But still though, Ferdola, she didn't just obtain the echo, like she was not manipulated, but like she was experimented on to obtain this echo. And so does that mean that we've been experimented on and that's how we have the echo? It does. No, it obviously does do that. Oh, okay. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget this. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily like crucial, but I just don't want to forget this. So, okay. Ferdola, honestly though, I feel like everything in this game is crucial, so I shouldn't say that. So okay, Ferdola has synthetic echo, and then first to do so. Okay. Well, at least she understands us a little bit better.
They've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How? Why?
That's very interesting. The things they've done to you. The lies, the betrayal, the endless fighting. She even makes it sound like they've set us up to be this, like, monster. I feel like we're a monster in our own. And I also feel like we're very disconnected with our emotions. Which is kind of like what Fredola is saying. Like, how are we sustaining, like, all this pain and suffering without being broken? Like, which is kind of strange to me because, okay, like, I know that this word's memed, but in, like, real talk, if you're an empath, that would hella break you. Like, to be absorbing all those emotions and, like, in everything. That would break you. So the fact that it's not breaking us, and yet it's still painful in a way, but, like, which, that makes me, that tells me that we're not normal, at least. I can, at the very least, say that we are not normal. Isn't this a line in a song? For those I have lost, for those I can yet save? Isn't that lyrics to something? Yeah, like, I know, but when she says it, it just kind of puts it all the more, like, real perspective. Like, we are not normal. Oh, that's why it sounds familiar. Okay, we'll go with that because Heaven's Word. I couldn't remember if that was lyrics or not.
Damn
yeah.
you. Damn you all.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
What's the point of this visit if, like, that's all we're gonna do? I don't think we gained anything out of this other than Fredola understands us a bit better. Well, I guess we understand her a bit better now, too. I totally forgot that we were still working on turning in this quest. Okay. Alright, let's see what Lise has to say. Oh, that reminds me! Alright, let's talk to these people. What do they have to say? Sorry about that. I let my emotions get the better of me. It's just that she and I are of an age, and we're neither of us one thing or another. I can't help but feel like she's my problem to solve. Okay, interesting. The capacity to experience such visions of the past had always seemed to me to be a most desirable talent, but I see now that it is as much a burden as a blessing. Dude, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm a very, very extremely empathetic person, and I am not... It would not be the first time I tell you that it is a blessing and a curse. It is relevant. I'm glad I remembered that. Y'all gotta stay on top of me to remember to talk to these people. Echoes of an Echo. That's an interesting quest title. I don't know that we solved anything exactly, but we've given Fredola something to think about at least. That's what I was saying. I was like, I felt like us going in there was kind of pointless. With the exception of me and Fredola, like, understanding each other better. Which kind of, I feel like, could bring us closer together. I don't know what it is. I keep wanting to, like, just write off the Scions as bad. And, like, I'm not trying to side with these ruthless people, but I do think these ruthless people could have some redeemability. Whereas the Scions, I feel like there's a little something sus with them, and I don't know if they can be redeemed yet or not. And I found something new to think about too. I don't know about you, Sabrina, but the visions only come to me every now and then. From the way Fredola kept wincing though, I get the feeling she's having them almost all the time. That's a lot of bad memories to deal with. I wonder, could there be some fundamental difference between one who is born with the Echo and one who has been artificially imbued with it? That's a great question, Alphino. I was kind of wondering the same thing. Well, the Immortal Flames have been scouring that research facility ever since the liberation. There's a chance they might have some answers for us. That'll be interesting. General Alden's there overseeing the investigation. Let's go and pay him a visit, shall we? Dude, I kind of want to know. I want to know, like, what they've learned through their investigations. How the fudge nuggets we get over there? Do we have to go through? Oh. No, I just don't know how to navigate this game. I'm just bad at directions. That's all it is. I feel like I'm still going the wrong way. Can we go this way? There we go. I'm telling y'all, bad with directions. There we go. Well, hello, kind sir. Ooh, this place looks cool. Ramon! He's one of my favorite characters in this game. I really like him. What news? You spoke with Fredola, I take it. Yes, as expected, she didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. Arval noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how the Echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? We've been hard-pressed just to organize the research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the Scion's expert assistance if you have time to lend a hand. Why do I feel like Kryl would be good for this? Magic pod. Oh, I guess we gotta actually take the stairs. Like normal human beings. I don't think we're a normal human being, though. The device in which Kryl was held seems even more ominous now you know its purpose. The surrounding pods are marked Supply Subject, while this one bears the label Master Subject. Interesting. That's right, because Kryl naturally has the Echo, too. The Ironworks received a request from the Alliance to analyze these devices, and I've been recording everything of interest. Did you notice the labeling? All these pods are designed to drain the aether of the occupant, save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior's been fitted with an array of sensors to measure etheric waveforms. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell you. Peculiar! This room looks like the room from Hojo Experiments on Cloud and Zack from... Oh. I don't think... I vaguely remember that. Vaguely? So I've seen some, like, bits and pieces of, like, the OG Final Fantasy VII. And then, of course, I watched you play it start to finish with the remake. No, the remake doesn't cover it, but I know quite a bit about Final Fantasy VII. And I've seen bits and pieces of it. I just don't think I saw that bit. So many bodies, every one of them a victim of these experiments. Few show any signs of external injury. From what we've been able to determine, they perished from forcible aether extraction. Such a miserable way to die. So, it seems like a lot of different groups are doing their own kind of experimentations. For what, like, purpose? Are they all racing to, like, find an experiment for something? We got, like, all these chimeras. Jesus! Hey Jerry, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Hi in Chocobo. Questions that need answering, Gandalf, yes. I got so many questions. So, we have all these chimeras, then we have, like Xenos or whatever trying to give synthetic Echo to Fredola. And then we have this whole other situation on the side going on with Omega and us being a bunch of test subjects for Omega. So, like, what are all these groups of people trying to accomplish with these experiments? Is this a question I should be asking myself, Shrimp? Or am I, like, thinking too much into it? Okay, so if you show any signs of external injury, from what we've been able to determine, they perished from forcible aether extraction. Such a miserable way to die. So, the Kryle's the one who survived this aether extraction? And now I think about it, I guess if Ferdola's constantly having, like, flashbacks, is that her body trying to reject the Echo? So, if that's the case, then what makes people born with the Echo so much special? Like, what part of our body allows us to, like, have this? I guess the ethereal flow or whatever they were talking about? Okay. I know little and less of science, so any light you can shed on this facility's operation would be much appreciated. Sabrina, shall we start with you? Well, is it because we're, like, so in tune with, like, Hydaelyn? Whereas other people would be like, oh, it's just Hydaelyn. Oh, too strong of an Echo. Okay. Taking combination with the testimonies of Kryle and Thancred, I do begin to see exactly what the Imperials were attempting here. The enhancement procedure entailed infusing a single candidate with aether siphoned from a multitude of supply subjects. As for the master subject, in this case Kryle, the patterns of her etheric activity would provide the model upon which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura. In other words, they were trying to recreate Kryle's Echo. And Kryle's got a really freaking strong Echo too, so they're going for it. I believe so, which would explain our prisoner's present state. Kryle is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and seems probable that the procedure wow, I'm struggling to read this one. Okay, let's try this again. Kryle is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seems probable that the procedure engendered the same acute sensitivity in Ferdola. The soldiers who guard Ferdola, many of them lost friends and family to the skulls. And there's a sentry at her door, night and day. If she can't help sensing their thoughts and seeing their past, so... Do you have to just be in the vicinity of somebody for the echo to, like, give you a flashback of, like, memories and stuff? Or you got... I guess you don't have to touch them. You just gotta be in their presence? Is that how that works? But you don't just see their past. You live it. All the emotions, all the pain. Imagine what it'd do to you. You'd never be the same again. Indeed, as you may recall, Izel was completely transformed by a single glimpse of Racefelger's past. Oh, that's true, she was. Proximity-based? Okay. Ferdola has been forced to experience the agony of those whose lives she destroyed. The guilt must be unbearable. That explains her request to be executed. You know what'd be really interesting? We could somehow get close enough to, like, Hydaelyn to, like, see more about Hydaelyn. I think that would be cool. Sounds to me like a kind of justice. Regardless, she can suffer on for now. We have more pressing matters to consider. If the results of these experiments have been relayed back to Garlemald, there will be naught to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the echo to anyone, to an entire legion. Wouldn't that be kind of, like, bad if you gave it to a whole legion? Because then if you're doing all this killing and suffering, wouldn't you yourself just suffer? And why would you want your whole legion to suffer? I mean, this whole game is just suffer and despair, so that just doesn't sound like a good time for a whole legion. Unless that's what these leaders want them to do. I feel like you can already control them pretty easily. I don't know. I don't see the benefit to this, though. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of these godforsaken procedures, and Ferdola remains our best source of information. She'll not be getting her wish. Not yet. Right. Keep faith, lass. If you're to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you're telling them. People will respond to passion, but not if it's fiend. Oh, they can read your attack. Oh, yeah, that's true. But they couldn't read, like... I'm just thinking, like, if we were to, like, reprogram, fuck. What's it called? The thing that we lost. What? Oh, Omega. I think it's just called Omega, right? Would they be able to read, like, a machine's actions? Would we have to resort to, like the Garleans, like, technology? Because if we were to use our magic and everything, they'd just be able to call out our attacks. So, I guess what I'm trying to ask is, can the Echo read an attack of an inanimate object, or like a robot or something that's not like a human being? And if so, do we actually have to, like, use quote-unquote, like, Garlean technology versus magic? I don't know. You think it can? And I don't know how else to combat this with... Oh, that's true. We did fight robots already with call-outs. But we have natural echo. Would the synthetic echo be the same way? We should leave the flames to it. Let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. Okay, so now what do y'all have to say? Y'all got anything different? The forcible extraction of Aether from a living subject is invariably fatal. How many died that Ferdola might gain her new abilities? True. Probably a lot of people that died. I've never known why I was given the Echo, but this makes me want to put it to good use. That's good. At least you don't want to use it for bad use. I go looking for answers about the Echo and end up getting schooled by Rabon. Yet more evidence that I don't know what I'm doing. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. Well, if you don't sound confident, they're not going to. General Alden is a veteran of countless campaigns, Lise. You cannot compare yourself to a commander of his experience. I know, but I also know that I couldn't have convinced that mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority, and how much I still have to learn. I wonder what he'll do when everything here is settled. I mean, it's his homeland. After going to the trouble of winning it back, he may not want to stay? 'Tis a quandary with countless refugees now face. To continue the life they built in Ul'dah, or to start again in the land of their birth. I'd be stuck fighting with the Echo. Oh! Well, okay, yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Be back in a minute. Alright, sounds good, Trip. Sabrina, a moment? Pippin! I am newly returned from Ul'dah with a message from the Sultana. Her Grace desires an audience with you. Thank God! Literally, yesterday's stream I was straight up like, how's Nanamo doing? We haven't seen her in a while. So, this is cool. Alright, I just need to learn some patience, apparently. Alright, Her Grace desires an audience with you. She understands that you have responsibilities here, but asks that you visit the palace at your earliest convenience. Well, I must away and attend to other business. Until next time, my friends. I always want to call him Pippin Longstocking. An audience with the Sultana? Depending on the nature of her consultation, this might be the perfect opportunity to inquire about the General's future plans. True. Yes, we'd all like to know about those, Alphino, but not everyone's as comfortable interrogating royalty as you. Take no notice of him, Sabrina. I know I could learn so much from Rabon if he decided to stay, but it's his choice, and I'm not about to try and persuade him. Ul'dah needs him too. In case you're wondering, I'm not planning on staying in Alamigo. Too many bad memories, and besides, I like my new life. It's interesting, okay. A Sultana's Streams. Alphino's thoughts appear to have turned from adventure to administration. Alright. Well, the question of how to put the Mad King's treasures to good use shows no sign of answering itself. Shall we all be about it, Arnvald? I am at your beck and call. And I should be getting back to my own tasks. I'll organize a squad to head down into the ruins and then start preparing for the big meeting. Oh, send Nanamo my regards, Sabrina. And ours too, if you please. We shall see you on the return. Or on your return. Badabow. Alright, off to Ulda we go. I'm really excited to see Nanamo. It's been so long since we've seen her. So long. Like, what? I guess, like, the beginning of Heavensward? Has it really been that long? Am I forgetting a moment? The Chamber of Rule. Let's see, you are expected. Alright, let us in! Animo! I love her.
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy.
Yeah. Needless to say,
the
yes.
liberation of Alamigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel. I speak of Rauban and his future. All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Ulda home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo. And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side. I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt.
It's interesting. Why doubt?
Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Ulda or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret. Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears.
It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone. Interesting, okay.
Might I have your company for a brief adventure?
Everyone wants to go on adventures with us now. I mean, I'm okay with it, but they do.
Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
This is cool. Are we... Wow, we're going on an adventure with Nanamo? Is this the way we go? I'm lost. Is this where we go? Okay, yes. Alright, and then, yeah, there's the Aether Shark. Okay. I was a little turned around for a second. She looks adorable! What do you think of Lelyra, the merchant's daughter? This is the disguise I'd done when I wished to leave the palace and observe my subjects unnoticed. Ordinarily, Capuchon would accompany me, but for this particular outing, I needed an advisor, not a minder. And that is why I requested your company. Over the course of your many adventures, you have met people from all walks of life in every corner of Eorzea, and I would make use of your worldly experience. Now, let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the gate of Nald. Look upon this procession of tattered tents, these refugee camps and squalor, at the mercy of the elements and Thanalin's predators both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is. And unless blessed by the hand of Nald himself, no refugee could ever hope to afford a dwelling in Ul'dah. 20 years have passed since the fall of Alamigo, and 5 since the calamity, yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me. We always go with the first option, so I'll go with the second one this time. Yes, my authority is limited, and that is an obstacle I must work to overcome. Shall we press on? I would follow the road to the unholy air. This will put us closer. Gotta get some water. Guys, remember to stay hydrated. Let's take advantage of flying, because I feel like we don't get to do it as often in this game, now that we have to unlock it everywhere. Or it takes a while to unlock it. It was here, in this wholly unremarkable place, that my mother and father met their doom. Oh wow. I was but a child at the time. My parents were returning from an inspection of our interest in eastern Thanalin when an untimely rockslide crushed their carriage. To this day, it is not certain if the incident was simple misfortune or an expertly planned assassination. Raban once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth he assumed I must surely have, but I refused. Even if my parents' death were orchestrated by the monetarists, we could only have brought their hirelings to justice. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens. Quite unaware of the consequences my actions would have for you and yours, I shudder to think how many goodly souls paid the price of my naivety. But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn in the monetarist damnable games. Forgive me my outburst. You are one of the few people to whom I feel I can speak my mind. Come, let us return to Ul'dah and visit the Colosseum. We came all the way out here just to eat. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we learned about our parents a bit more. We're just getting all sorts of backstory on, Take me here. Getting all sorts of backstory on these leaders. Okay, hold on. From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document signing and ceremonies. For years, I simply signed where I was told to sign and sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from that ignominious chapter in my life, for it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Raban. The match I had been invited to attend was not at all what I expected. They had pitted the Bull of Alamigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice, and demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another, and my royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Raban to die on the sands that day. Wow. Alright. Regardless, my intervention meant that Raban had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did. And when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess, I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theater. But, as you know, Raban is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting on the Blood Sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom, but a seat on the Syndicate. And then I had my blade. This is so interesting to learn. I'm curious to know why they're telling us about it now. Oh, we got another flashback thing going. Okay. Damn. It's really cool to see Raban like this. Yay! He did it!
Your Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
The way she's just over here running and like hopping over people.
After Master Sham. Raban!
Your Grace, I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Uldar, and so, as tradition dictates, Rauben Alden, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last.
This is so cool to see! She's so adorable.
Long live the Sultana, and long live Uldar!
I like how he like has to hold her up like a child. Okay. Hey Cog, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for redeeming your daily cupcake. Late to the party, closing at work. No worries. It's all good. You're not obligated to be here on time. I totally get that life happens. You got things going on. But I'm glad that you're here now. So, hopefully work's going pretty okay for you. We've been learning a lot tonight about the Echo and Ferdola's Echo and things like that. And now we're learning about the Sultana and her, a little bit of backstory on her. We got backstory on Ferdola. Is it Ferdola or Frodol? Whatever. I call her Ferdola. We're just getting all sorts of backstory on people right now, and I'm just eating it all up because I'm really liking this. So that's where we're at. That's what you missed. And yeah. Words cannot well express what that man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, of course. Papachon's love for me is that of a grandsire for his grandchild. But upon matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants for counsel. Rabban was the authority of his syndicate position, and was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which could cut the strings that bound me. I'm just gonna take this. I thought it was really interesting. I had talked a little bit about how, we've seen, like, these ruthless women, and how they all came from really crappy upbringings. So, I had talked about, a little bit about, like, Yusetsu. She is absolutely ruthless, right? But she had a really, really crappy upbringing where she was abused, her family treated her like scum, and because of that, she had a lot of, like, pent-up anger. And then Ferdola also had a crappy upbringing in the sense that her whole town bullied her and her family, and that can't feel good either. And so she had a lot of pent-up anger as well. And then they actually mentioned Giselle also kind of being, like, brought up, not brought up, but also kind of turning, how'd they word it? It was like during Giselle and talking to like Gracefelger and stuff. They mentioned something about that. But yeah, so it was really interesting to see like that side of Ferdola. It seems like all these ruthless women. I feel like they have some redeemability though. I think that there could be like not all faith and hope is lost in these women. Whereas I still, like, I feel like the Scions are a bit sus. And I don't know if they're gonna have any sort of redeemability. Ferdola didn't really see too much into our past. It was more like we were watching her past. And now we kind of better understand each other. Ferdola now understands what we feel when the Echo calls to us. And we're basically very empathetic people, or the Echo itself is very empathetic, because you're not only just learning about these memories and stuff, you're living in them, like putting yourself in one's shoes. So we learned that with Ferdola, she's like the Echo's just constantly coming to her kind of thing, and so she asks how do we handle all these emotions and not be broken, and so that's that whole situation. That's kind of my thoughts on it and stuff like that. That's right. Giselle was more so an example of how strong the Echo was. That's right. Okay, I was like, because they talked something about it, but she was ruthless too. I don't think she's like, she was ruthless, but she redeemed herself in the end, which is why I think that Ferdola and Yusetsu could possibly be redeemed in the end. Not saying that they will, they possibly could be. But yeah, so I don't know. It was more so like Perdola didn't really learn about us because we don't even know like really what our past is. But more so like she understands like how the echo affects us. So I thought it was all interesting. Learning a lot here. Also, welcome back, Shrimp. We must make haste. My absence will not go unnoticed by the Sultan Sworn for long, and there are other places I would visit. To the Arzaneth Ossuary. That's quite the name. She did get an echo of us? It didn't really talk about it then. I thought she just understood more about how we feel. I'm trying to think back to when we were in the jail cell. She didn't... Yeah, I said that, but she didn't, like, they didn't... From an echo. Well, then that's what I literally just said. They didn't show us what she saw. But I guess we know what we've experienced. I thought she was making a comment on, like, this is how I perceived it. When she said, "How do you carry so much pain?" I thought it was because she's feeling all of this, and she knows that we have the echo, but she's constantly feeling it. And so, like, if she's feeling, because they mentioned that, you know, she's feeling all this pain from, like, the guards and stuff. So I thought she was assuming, like, wow, you know, we've been through so much too. How do we handle all of this? That's how I perceived it. I guess I perceived it wrong, but I didn't pick up on her actually reading us. I thought she was just being like, wow, like, how do you deal with this echo? So, I don't know. That's how I saw it. I guess I was wrong. But I don't know. I mean, I perceived Xenos talking to his blade completely different than what you were thinking, Shrimp. So I don't know. I mean, am I completely wrong, or did I just not pick up on the fact that she was reading us? I thought we were right next to it. Oh, it's over here, I think. Hold on. I have a hard time playing games with rings on. Rings and bracelets. Well, hello there. Okay, let's go this way. When the calamity threatened, Raban led the Alliance forces into battle on the plains of Cartno, and I remained here. I prayed with all my heart that Archon Louisoix would have the power to ruse the 12. Since that day, I have made a custom of visiting the shrine during each of my little excursions. Here, I seek the blessing of Thal, reflect upon my choices, and ask myself if I am fulfilling my duties as Sultana. Why is she telling all of this to us? Why do I sense that maybe she's gonna die or something? And why did she feel this sudden urge to tell us all this stuff? You are rightly celebrated as a champion because you have led the line in 100 battles for the good of Eorzea. In much of the same way, I believe the measure of a monarch lies in how she leads her people in times of adversity. If I am to be a sultana worthy of the name, I cannot turn a blind eye to the troubles facing Ulda. I have chosen my path, Sabrina. With Alamigo now free from the Imperial chains, I finally see a way to aid the refugees. Well, that's good. Already, many displaced Alamegans seek to begin their long trek home. To facilitate that process, I have made a small contribution. An artisan school in Ralger's Reach for any who wish to learn new trades. Realistically, however, it will take years for such training to yield tangible benefits. But we do not have years. These people will need shelter and employment if they are to survive. And this time, the Olden Treasury shall provide. Precisely where and how to allocate the necessary funds is, of course, another question. Oh, I don't know, we just kind of waltzed upon a bunch of treasure, so... Sure. A wise suggestion. A happy visit to the Gold Saucer is in order. Its proprietor is a member of the syndicate, and he is one of the few who pay refugees a fair wage. I wonder, are you acquainted with Godbert Manderville? Oh god. Then I need not explain his eccentric nature. Let us make our way to the landing, and I will see that word is sent to the Gold Saucer. Godbert should be only too glad to receive us. I still need to do the level 60 Hildebrand quest. Then at some point. Oh, right, we gotta go to... Oh, how do you get to the landing airship here? Can you just take a crystal there? Aha! You can! I have ridden aboard a public airship before, but this shall be my first visit to the Gold Saucer. I must confess to some excitement. So, okay, they just want us to go to Gold Saucer. This is cool. We're like actually going to the Gold Saucer because of the story. Okay, can I just go there? It's not even an option. I guess because, are we like, oh, okay, here we are. I couldn't find our little like marker. Descriptions of its splendor, yet I never dreamed it would be so bright and inviting. No, I couldn't possibly. We did not come here to fritter away the royal coin. Robert will be expecting us. Come, let us head directly to the lounge and ignore these gaudy temptations. I feel like we just took Nanimo to like Vegas. She's like, oh my god! Oh, they're up there. Okay. I believe this is where we are to meet Lord Manderville. Shall we sit while we wait? Shall we sit while we await his coming? Well, look who it is. My apologies, Your Grace. I have kept you waiting. No apologies are necessary, Godbert. My request was sudden, and you were kind to make yourself available at such short notice. When my son's good friend and the Sultana herself come calling, there is no more important engagement. As to the purpose of my visit, I would have your thought on how the Crown might best aid the refugees residing in Thanaland. You are aware, I'm sure, that many of Alamigo's displaced sons and daughters long to return to their newly liberated homeland. And you are also aware of how they will suffer without shelter and work to sustain them. I would use our nation's wealth to spare them that suffering. What advice have you for me on the matter of how it might be best distributed? The unusual circumstances of our meeting and your Grace's choice of companion would suggest to me a desire for an honest and unvarnished opinion. I shall give you one. My advice to you is stop. Taxing Ulda's wealth to save Alamigan refugees is a terrible, terrible idea. Interesting. You oppose my proposition? Most empathetically, I agree with your Grace that the refugees must have housing and employment, but what profit is there for Ulda in this arrangement? Profit? After all you have done for Garabana's displaced, I thought you the very last person to seek the benefit for their misfortune. Forgive me, Your Grace, but you appear to be laboring under a misapprehension. It is a fine endeavor to support one's fellow man. I fear, however, that your stance is one born of pity. Your intent is to save the refugees, is it not? She looks so sad. For all our potential, we are indolent creatures by nature. If unconditional charity is all we know, then we begin to rely upon it, to expect it. And then we must consider Ulda's own poor and downtrodden. Should they hear of you spending the nation's coin, not to improve their lot, but to nurture the distant citizens of Alamigo, it is unlikely they will applaud your generosity. Surely, it is not your Grace's intention to foster new resentments, but to spread goodwill? Indeed. Then any support I pledge to the refugees must promote self-sufficiency, while also serving the interests of the people of Ulda. Exactly so. Such an arrangement will create a far more equitable relationship with the returning Alamegans, even as it generates the revenue required to win the approval of your subjects. Well, I'm glad we consulted him, because he makes a very good point. You have given me much to ponder, Lord Manderville. I thank you for your candor. Profit? The thought never even crossed my mind. But standing about lamenting my naivety will not do anyone any good. I shall consider my lesson learned and press on. Sabrina, are you perchance acquainted with any successful merchants? If my attempt in philanthropy is obliged to reap a profit, it would seem wise to consult someone with a knack for business. Ordinarily, I would not trust any agent of the East Aldernod Trading Company, but if you hold this Hancock fellow in high esteem, I am content to be led by you. You may repay my faith by journeying to distant Kugane and speaking with him on my behalf. Eager though I am to visit those shores, I have not the leisure for a lengthy sea voyage. Now, assuming you will travel as adventurers are wont to do, I shall await your report by the Aetherite in Ulda. A fair journey to you, Sabrina, and a swift one if you please. I like the gold saucer music. The song is so fun. Okay, super quick, y'all. I'm gonna take a quick little restroom break. Use this time to grab a drink, grab a snack, do what you gotta do, but don't be gone for too long, because I'll be back momentarily. Oh my god, it's raining blood out here. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Pipe bomb. Hell yeah. Okay. No! We just blew ourselves up. I didn't actually think that was gonna. Oh my god, we just decapitated the girl. I didn't think that was actually gonna work. I was just messing around with the chain. Oh my god. Guys, kids, listen up. This is why you don't play with chainsaws, okay? Aren't they just the cutest? Wait, where's my horn? The cutest unicorn you ever did see? Unicorn dance. Oh!
Sorry, that was my fault. That was my fault. Okay. Go ahead. Do it again. You're good. I think. Can we just do that? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
We got this. I saved you. No. I rolled off.
Randomizer.
Dang it.
No, don't hit the button. No. Oh. Why would they take us here?
You just have to keep holding W. It is... You're gonna have to push the mouse up, though, to look forward. Yeah, it's fucking weird. No, but...
All kinds of ways.
Got him.
It's okay, I got 2 kills.
There, they're dead.
Oh! Snipe that lady!
Hold on. Okay, here we go. Jelly bean number 1. Oh. They nailed it with the stinky socks. Oh god. Oh wait, I forgot the hand thing.
Oh, are they moving the hands?
Yeah, fluffy hand.
Oh, their hips are going so good.
Don't scare this person.
I'm sorry! You said it after I scared it! I'm sorry! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Run! It's the crazy lady! I don't know where to go. Ah! Oh, leave me alone! Let me in! Fuck! Ah! Oh my god! Oh. Woo! Did we do it? Hell yeah! Bitch, that's how you fudging do it! Looking good! Look at that! Do I need to leave?
There it goes. Maybe. I don't want you to leave me though, but...
I'll just stand outside the door.
Fuck!
Sorry, I had to!
Funny! Oh my god!
What was that? Karma's a bitch! Damn it! I died!
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers
Y'all want me to do mashed potatoes too? Okay. Mashed potatoes! How's that? How's that? I feel like I need to do a redemption for chocolate. Okay. Chocolate! Nope, that was bad. That was bad. I tried. Here is our kitty tangled in lights. I don't know if y'all can really see that. Here. Can get closer.
Pennsylvanian werewolf from Texas. That's, you know.
Yep. Hey, y'all. I'm a coyote werewolf. I'm a coyote werewolf. And we out here eating on some people and sucking on some blood during the full moon. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. They're coming for me. They're coming for me. This is so scary. This is so scary. Oh my god. Run! Run! Oh my god, I don't want to be next to them at all. Ah! No! I knew it! I knew it! What in the fudge nuggets is going on? Okay. I'm back. Okay. We're gonna go talk to Hancock. Ruby Bazaar. I think it would have been cool if Nanamo could have come with us, like, all the way out here. What do they have? King of the Castle. Okay. I'll come back to that. It's a level 70 quest, so I'm curious to kind of follow up with that quest at some point. I'm glad you made it home safely. How was work? Sabrina, to what do I owe the pleasure? Or are you here in business? I beg your pardon? Her Grace, the Sultana, would have my opinion on how to best invest the wealth of Ulda? My dear Sabrina, I have you to thank for this recognition, I am sure, and I am flattered that you came to me. Truly flattered. But why settle for a lowly apprentice when you could have the master? Upon masters of profit, there is no living soul better qualified to advise Her Grace than Chairman Lolorito, a man whose morning exertions are said to fill his garden robe with gold. I should be happy to arrange a meeting for you, say at the Scion's former headquarters in Thanalin. The Waking Sands would seem a suitably neutral venue for negotiations, don't you think? Fare you well, Sabrina, and may your dealings prove fruitful. Wow. We going back to the Waking Sands? Oh, no, we're not. I thought we were for a second. I was gonna be like, wow, the nostalgia. We've come such a long way. Ooh, do you have to stand up a lot on your for your job? I'm really glad with my job, like my new one now. I get to kind of, I'm not like attached to a desk, so I can like sit for a bit, I can stand for a bit, I can go like. It involves a lot of like going out into the public and all that. Like I'm actually going to San Antonio tomorrow for work. It's gonna be a fun time, but it is for work, and I'm really excited about it. Hopefully I can post pictures. So I guess like there's traveling involved for me, which I think is really cool. Oh, a pizza place. Yeah, I used to do retail. I know the feeling about your legs and feet aching. It ain't a fun time. Pizza sounds really good right now, though. Welcome back, Sabrina. Did your merchant friend have any useful advice to share? Not really. Kind of, not really. With Lolorito? And you agreed to this? I am well aware of his standing in the field of business, but I had hoped to keep the monitress at arm's length, and him in particular. That's funny, there's like an ability called arm's length. Nay, I cannot live in fear of the man. I must learn how to treat with him if I am to rule Ulda effectively. Very well, I will meet Lolorito. Let us go on ahead to the Waking Sands and prepare for his coming. This is exciting! The nostalgia! So, this is where the Scions first congregated? I have heard many tales, but I never had an occasion to visit. To work then. The hour of the meeting draws near, and I would gather my thoughts. Pray see to it that we have the appointed room to ourselves.
A personal summons from the Scions. This must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help.
God, he just like, his smile is like, screams, hey, I'm a sketch person. Don't trust me.
You have made your point. It is indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask. There, would this better please your grace? Or should I address you as Lady Lilira?
I mean, if he knows who we are, may as well take off the mask.
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I'm glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito, but shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say, I'm most eager to hear your proposal.
Simply put, I would aid the refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Alamigo. The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate. But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make of this an investment which shall enrich Uldar and Alamigo both. And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
Ah, 'twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more. To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Alamigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Uldar.
Why do I feel like this is not gonna end well? I feel like at some point Alamegans will be like, hey, like, we want all of our money. Stop giving it to Ulda.
I am impressed, Your Grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
Yeah, it makes a good point.
How swiftly you identified the weakness in my plan, just as I knew you would. Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gir Abania, and you know the land far better than I. Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
I like our thinking face. Oh, wow, do we really get to pick the place? I just like saying Aligiri, so I'm gonna say there.
Yes, if a stable trade route can be established between Uldar and Alamigo, then Aligiri would once more become an important waypoint. But while such growth would greatly benefit its current residents, I'm afraid it could sustain little beyond that.
Oh, did I pick wrong? Alright. I don't know. We're just gonna go through until we say what they want us to say.
Yes, Quarry Town certainly does carry the potential for profit. At least it would do were it situated anywhere near a lucrative market. It would cost more to transport the materials than they are worth, in my humble opinion.
Oh my god. What's the point in, like, us picking?
Ah, yes, that desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Saltry and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution, much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included. Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient, and in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gil.
The local citizens will need to be consulted, of course, but I trust the East Aldenar Trading Company can be relied upon to provide its assistance in negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production. The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders. Just as Your Grace desired.
Alright, well that's settled then. I guess.
A deal is struck then.
Oh, yep. I fear it will be many years before I feel comfortable taking part in such negotiations. But I shall not complain. We have piqued Lolorito's interest and secured his invaluable expertise. Thank you, Sabrina. I could not have done it without you. Why did I feel like this go bite us in the butt? Working with Lolorito. It is cool seeing things moving forward. I just feel like all good things get ruined by just bad stuff in this game. So something's gotta go wrong somewhere. And I feel like part of it is trusting Lolorito. But, I mean, who else better than to talk to than Lolorito, I guess. Maybe the second wealthiest person in Thanalan. I guess it doesn't really matter what we take. Take that. At the same time, it's kind of like rebuilding Ishgard a bit. There's a lot of similarities in this game. I say similarities, I guess like parallels. Our course is decided. I shall return to the palace and have my ministers begin work on implementing the particulars of the plan. If I could prevail upon you one more time, Sabrina, I would ask that you convey the details of our negotiations to Commander Hext on your return to Alamigo. My thanks again. Together, we have laid the groundwork for an endeavor which promises to benefit the peoples of Alamigo and Ulda both. I feel like Nanamo just did what Alfredo tried to do, but she understood the assignment just a little bit better. Locks. funny, it's raining here, just like in IRL. Sabrina, you're back! What did Nanamo? Oh, sorry. Are you allowed to talk about your audience with the Sultana? So, Rabon says he's going to return to Ul'dah, but she isn't sure he wants to? Tell us something we don't know. But I'm pleased to hear she's committed to helping our refugees come home. And this plan to revitalize the Saltery does make a lot of sense. Quite how you convinced her to seek Lolorito's help is another question. After all that has happened, he is the very last person I would expect her to turn to for advice. But on a more practical note, Lise, assuming the interim government elects to accept Uldah's proposal, I have one caveat I should like you to include in the bargain. Alamigo must be permitted to cover a portion of the investment. We have a fortune at our disposal, after all, and allowing Ul'dah to provide the entirety of the capital will afford Lolorito too much control. Honestly, Alphino, it's like Kagane never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? But yes, you do make a good point. First things first, though, we need to discuss this proposal with the Saltery's residents. Whisker, how do you fancy explaining the Sultana's plan to your grandfather? I'd like to hear what Watt thinks of the idea before agreeing to anything. Right away, Commander. Would you mind coming along, Sabrina? I might need you to fill in the details. Then I shall come as well. Should Watt wish to discuss figures, my knowledge of the nation's finances may prove useful. It's so cool to think about where we are now, how far we've come with the story, and we still got more to go. Alright. Let's roll out. My Chocobo made the cutest noise. Run, run, run. Doo-doo. What manner of mischief brings you youngins to Old Watt this time, eh? They want to rebuild the Saltery, Granddad. Sabrina, tell them all about the deal. Well, bugger me. We've never had the coin or the hands to put the place back to how it was, but it sounds like that's about to change. There's just one small wrinkle in your plan. It doesn't account for all the nasties queuing up to eat anyone who goes near the shore. The king used to send soldiers to cull the buggers, but the Imperials weren't about to help the likes of us. Don't worry, Granddad. We'll take care of all that. Commander Hext has been talking about starting up regular patrols, and I'm sure she'd assign me to the lock if I ask. I'd appreciate that, Whisker, my lad. Truly, I would. So, does this mean you've gotten better with that blade of yours? I've been training, but mostly to kill Imperials. You've some experience hunting monsters, don't you, Sabrina? Think you could cast an eye over a few of the local beasties and teach me how to deal with them? Let's not waste any time then. I'll see you by the lock. Alright, we're gonna get some pew-pews. While you are busy attending to the local fauna, I shall have Master Watt explain to me exactly what it is required to restore the saltery to its former glory. Good hunting! Alright. We are going hunting! Right then, Sabrina. I've got a spyglass here you can use to take a closer look at these pests. Once you've got their measure, you can tell me what to do, and we'll see how well I get on. Search your surroundings for Yabbies. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a Yabby and inspect it with left click. Oh god, that's not what I wanted. Okay, here we go. Is this not it? Can't look anywhere else. I don't see anything else. Oh. There's text that popped up. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we discovered the Yabby's weak point. Which is their jaw, in case you didn't catch that. The Yabby's entire body is protected by a hard carapace, but the underside of the head looks soft and vulnerable. Ah, looks like you found a Yabby. They say hitting their shells like smacking a rock. Any suggestions? Just hit as hard as you can. Give them bad advice. Vulnerable under the head, are they? Right then, wish me luck. That's cool that they played the little victory noise. Thanks, Sabrina. I did just as you told me, and the wavekin went down like a sack of potatoes. Let's find something else. Oh, a rare spawn. I think I can handle the Yabbies now, so we should try something different. What else is out there? Search your surroundings for phobads. You may move the camera as well. Okay. Their eyes. The Phobad's hands are large and powerful, but destroying the crystallized core should render the salt golem inanimate. You sense power pulsating from behind its brow. Ugh, a Phobad. How do I defeat one of those? Just hit really hard! I like that they have like this bad advice option. Inside its head, is it? I'll try to stab it right between the eyes then. He squashed it. Let me guess, we gotta do this a third time. It's not easy fighting with the Liberator of Alamigo watching your every move, but I got the job done! Thanks for the advice, Sabrina. I feel a lot better prepared for my patrols now. Any road, we should head back to the Saltery before Granddad starts to worry. I've been sniped into pieces and fed to a Yabby's hatchlings. How's everyone doing tonight, by the way? Y'all doing good? What'd y'all have for dinner? What'd you do today? Did you have a good day? That is true. They do introduce their struggles. But like I said, I really want to redo the beginning of ARR. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Yeah, it's about time we get them on track. Took us quite some time. I see you've returned in one piece. Dealt with those beasties then, did you? I fought them myself. After a bit of instruction from Sabrina here, like, once I've shared what I've learned with the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline clear. Good, lad. A fine young man you've become, Whisker. A fine young man indeed. Too often of late, I hear tales of folk over in the city, drunk on victory and hungry for revenge, their heads stuck firmly in the past. But we need to set our sights on the future, on things which will improve our lot. Things like getting the Saltery ready to welcome our long-lost countrymen. This feels a lot like restoring Ishgard. Ooh, we get a scroll. Wait, what is this? A weapon. Ooh. It seems Whisker has the Saltery security well in hand. I, meanwhile, have discussed the next steps with Master Watt and completed my inspection of the site. With a little work, the vacant buildings here could be made into very presentable dwellings. Message from Jenna Alden. Apologies for the interruption, miss, but the General would speak with you at your earliest convenience. Every time I hear something like that, I'm like, oh great, what's happening? What's going wrong? Do not feel obliged to wait around on my account. I will remain here to hammer out the finer details with Watt and act as the intermediary with our business partners in Ulda. You should go. General Alden asked that you wait for him by the main gate in the Alamigan Quarter. My apologies again, miss. Fare you well. I always feel the need to do the little chant. Rookie, okay. Ooh, look at the stars.
Apologies for the wait. People are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours. We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
Oh, what happened?
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light. I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal. Aye, well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the Resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
Want us to do the punishing? We, like, never do the punishing.
You would spare these animals? Yours is a more merciful brand of justice than mine.
That's what makes us different.
In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard. Well, that concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me.
Oh boy, what's he got to say? Why is the landscaping so beautiful in this game? And when they update the graphics, it even better?
I bear a share of the blame for Ilberd's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Alamigan liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did.
I love Pippin too! I always want to call him Pippin Longstocking.
Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't.
Don't beat yourself up over it. Done is done.
But even after all that has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Alamigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
Is that what you really want, though?
Father...
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay.
I know it! I mean, they already told us that, but I know
The
it.
same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword. But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
It really is a word of his.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
Wait, what is it? Where is man? Where the promise? Why can't I think of words right now? Whatever, he really keeps his word. That's what I'm trying to say.
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain.
Oathkeeper. That is one way to put it. Sounds like a
Thank
band's
you for
name.
lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
Oh, God, I forgot to read it. Now that's settled. Hardenwald, what news? We may have a problem, sir. A group of Anata has arrived at the main gates, and I don't mean the Vira. These are Haliana, the ones that summoned the Primal. They're insisting that they be allowed to attend the council. Lise is trying to reason with them, but she may need help. An invitation was extended to all of the native beast tribes, but we assumed the Kaliana would refuse it out of hand. We had best go see for ourselves. Pippin, take command of our forces and be ready for battle. I'm shocked that we didn't even, like, try to give them a try. Like, we're just like, yeah, no, they're probably not interested. So I can see why they're upset. Sabrina, you've dealt with these Kaliana before. I'd have you at my side. Of course, the game wouldn't have it any other way. How do I get out of this place? I need to go, like, this way. Okay, here we go. Why is there not any music playing? It feels weird not to hear music. It's a little too quiet. There we go. There's the music. Oh, okay. Let's give it a go. One quick little challenge. Whatever. I haven't done Triple Triad in a while. I might be a little rusty. I kind of like it when they start. Wait, why didn't that turn it? Wait, what are we playing? Why didn't that turn it? Fuck. What the hell? I think I'm gonna need better cards for this. Oh, this is not good. This is bad. Wow, this is really bad. I'm gonna try again. Ugh, my nose is itchy. Oh, we're going first? Alright. Let's do that. I was gonna say, turn that card over. It was a little delayed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need better cards to play this. The draw. I get draws a lot. Okay. Anyways, that was fun. Ooh. Oh. I was hoping there'd be something hidden back there. There's an NPC near the door who can let you... Oh. I feel like we've already committed. What happens if I go this way? Do we have to see the NPC? Probably. How do I get back to where I was? Here we go. Let me out! Please. I hope I took the right way. I don't know where I'm going. I wish I could fly. I believe I can fly. I don't believe I can fly. Nope. feel like I'm taking the long way around, but okay. Now I feel like we're on track. Here we go. Being over here makes me crave salt. Is that weird? I really like salt, but it makes me crave it, and I don't know why. I guess like something salty. Makes me crave something salty. One, two, three, pew! Barely made it. Oh, come on. Seriously? Oh. We're supposed to go up there. It literally has the up arrow, so I don't know why I'm like, Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. They're really out here trying to hit us. Like, big time. Sabrina, Robon, gods, it's good to see you. Aye, the Slayer has come. We have not forgotten how you sinned against the Lady of Bliss, but we did not come here to shed blood. You claim to seek harmony with all who call Garabania home. If this is true, your wish will welcome us as envoys of the Anata. I can't seem to read tonight. It is our wish, and you are welcome, but we cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, I must ask that you first surrender any crystal jewel. You have my word that it will all be returned to you when the meeting is over. We will do as you ask, but you will not have our weapons. We are not so foolish as to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of our tormentors. I reckon that's the closest we're gonna get to a compromise. And we will have people standing guard. Aye, let them keep their swords. Then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber. Why do I have the feeling we've welcomed a viper into our midst? I was thinking the same thing. I feel like this is gonna be not a good time. Something's got to go wrong. Just a matter of like, where's it gonna go wrong? Yay. I think that's better than what we had before. Sure, whatever. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Literally nothing fancy. That's fine. Okay, so, what does Arnvald have to say? Turning the Kaliana away now would have made a mockery of Lisa's promise to give everyone a say. She couldn't not let them in. Yeah, that's true. She was a bit forced. But we also didn't think to invite them right away anyways. Oh, we get a little dress-up Robin. Okay, Return of the Bull. Ooh, something's gonna happen! Shit's gonna go down. Okay. Robin seems unconvinced by the Kaliana's sincerity. The bull is back, baby! This Kaliana...